Louie C. the Mayor checking in. What's going on, my people? You see what I got on today, right? My man, Kobe Bryant. God bless the family. You never know when it's your time. We living on borrowed time. I need y'all to turn notifications on right now. We're going to talk about when did you first fall in love with hip-hop today. And we're going to get to some meats and potatoes of what's going on. Shout out to FloridaKeysInjury.com. If you're in any type of accident, whether it's a bicycle, moped, car, truck, it don't matter. We're going to take care of you. Just go to FloridaKeysInjury.com. Them lawyers like Mark Lyons, not playing around. And finally, we got the COVID-19 testing situation under control. Go see Bruce Burrows at Advanced Urgent Care, whether you're in Key West, Marathon, or Key Largo. They're going to get you tested and make sure you're good. And right about now, we focus on getting the city back open fully and back to business. As y'all know, the beach opened yesterday. Shout out to the city of Key West. And you have these things on here, like I said, called notifications. So you can be notified when the podcast is on. We on Monday through Friday, 6:45, all the way live. Thursday, Lisa Monet in the building. We're going to talk modeling. Some of y'all hot girls, baddest chicks in the club. Bad chicks, bad ones. Want to get into modeling. We're going to tell you how to do it and get started. And then Friday, we got Dr. Burrows on the program. And we got a big lineup next week. So it's all love right now. So first of all, check in right now with me and let me know where y'all at, what's going on. And let me know what your favorite hip-hop artist is in the whole wide world so we can talk about it. Very sad news out of Stock Island. Yesterday, Ja'Cory Sala passed away. I know y'all know Ja'Cory. He was on my security detail. One of my main guys I rode with on a daily basis sometimes. And it's unfortunate he passed. God bless the family. So there's a GoFundMe account set up by his brother, Clint McCoy. So that's legit. We need you to go ahead and donate to that, to take care of that man. And like I said, you never know when it's your time. So you never know what people are going through. So we don't have the exact details of what happened. But bottom line is the man is no longer with us. God bless him and his family. And I want to make sure that we get to that goal of the GoFundMe. So Clint McCoy's page, check him out. Y'all please come on in on the live and make sure you check me out on youtube.com under Louie C. Rock. We got a lot of videos out there and we're growing that channel. We're big on YouTube right now. Also, I need y'all to go to the Tangela Edwards Facebook page. She's behind the scenes on the production, getting the camera work tight. So make sure you friend request her on that page. So the question is, when did you first fall in love with hip hop? So for me, when I first fell in love with hip-hop, first of all, I didn't learn no hip-hop from no TV, none of that. I learned it from the streets when I was 15 years old. So what had happened was I was in the MIA 305, and there was this arcade and miniature golf place called Castle Park. So me and my cousin said, let's go to the little arcade and play a little golf. So we had our mom drop us off over there, and we got out of there. We didn't know we was going to be hip-hop that day. So we went about our business, and then what happened was that when we was playing the little arcade games, we heard some music pounding. We said, man, what the hell going on? So we keep hearing this music. So we kept finding where the music was. Man, oh man, we walked into this room, and it was like heaven. It's like you walked into heaven. There was 50 people in here doing backspins. I said, man, what the hell is going on? So somebody told me, when the kid said, man, this is hip hop. I said, hip what? They said, hip hop. This is breakdance. I told my cousin, Pedro Aledo, I said, listen, homie, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely not going to be playing any more arcade games for the remainder of the evening. I'm going to learn this backspin is like the coolest thing in the world. So I stayed in there till it was time for me to go. So then I got home and I was hooked. You know, I was all the way hooked. So I got me a little cardboard, or we used the floor that we had at the time because still didn't know about the cardboard. And we tried to perfect those backspins all the way till the sun came up. And then I've been in the hip hop culture ever since. So let me tell you the difference between now and then. Right now, you go to the club, you know, people want to act up, turn up, act crazy. You might not make it out alive in certain areas out of the club, especially when you're dealing with hip hop. Back then, well, it was $3 to get in the club, right? So we went back every week, so it was $3 to get in. So what had happened was some kids didn't have $3, so they would jump a fence in the back. So then they had the security out there, so the security wouldn't kick you out the club, see? They wanted kids to be doing something positive. It was better than being in the streets, right? So they took one shoe. So they had to give up one shoe, and then you will walk around the whole club and say, "Oh man, can you give me you got a couple quarters or something?" So you trying to round up, you know, $3, and then when you got the $3, you went to the little place like getting skates, and you gave the $3, and then you get your shoe back, and then you be back in business. That's just the way it was. So that was a genius move there from that place of business. So you know, it was real serious. So every day we would wake up. You ever see the movie Beat Street? If you want to be hip hop and you ain't watch Beat Street, you don't know anything about hip hop, any which way, shape, form, or fashion. So we did Beat Street every day. We would wake up. We would go to an arcade that we had around the way. We would go practice breakdancing at the park. We would go do graffiti at abandoned houses, and it was all within a smaller area than Stock Island. So we would be from the time we woke up all the way to that sun came down, all the way pounding that neighborhood, learning stuff from top to bottom. So then there was a concert, Run DMC, Fat Boys, Houdini, and there was a gentleman named Jermaine Dupri out of the ATL, and he was one of the dancers for Houdini. Some of y'all wasn't born in this era, so that's why when y'all talk to me about hip hop, I appreciate y'all talking to me about hip hop. But the reality of the situation is I know hip hop from its roots into now, so y'all can't really tell me too much stuff about hip hop. And I eat, breathe, and sleep hip hop. I'm never gonna change. If I make it to 100, I'm still gonna be, you know, having some shell top somewhere or whatever. You got to stay true to where you come from. So what had happened was, when you in love with hip hop, you do like you know a gentleman named Malcolm X. By all means necessary, you gonna hip hop it no matter how you got to do it. So we live in Miami. Do you know how far Miami is from Fort Lauderdale? It's a really, really long distance. We have no idea how we're gonna get to the concert, and we damn sure don't have no idea how we're gonna get back. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: by all means necessary, we pulling up to the concert is one of our first concerts. So what happened is, my grandfather Pepe, God bless him, I said, "Man, we see if we can get a ride down there. At least we'll get a ride down. I don't know how we get back home, but we'll figure it out when we get there." So we pile up. We can't fit enough kids in the car, so it's me, my homie Zeke, everybody from the neighborhood. We piled up. My little grandfather riding the Fort Lauderdale, God bless his heart. So we pulled up to the concert. We in the concert happy as pie. Now we got to work the whole time we there. See if we know somebody that go into Miami to get back home, because it's a long ride from Fort Lauderdale. So we go to the concert. I forgot who gave us a ride, but it took a little while, but we figured it out. So we stop at a little store, you know, like a convenience store. Man, I ain't never seen this thing. To this day, I ain't never seen such a thing. So imagine a store like Tony's Cuban Cafe, a little store like that, right? So all of a sudden, hundreds and hundreds of people pull up to this little store, right? So it's so crowded inside the convenience store that you can't even fit in there. There's so many people in there, right? So we pull up in the little store, right? And they got all kinds of sodas and stuff stacked up. And I felt so bad for the guy working the store. They looted that store like it was riots. They took everything that you get. I'm talking about. They were pulling up, opening trunks, putting cases of soda, beer, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it must have been thousands and thousands of dollars. I said, this is incredible what's going on. So we made it back to the neighborhood, and then we was at it again. This ain't no little carrying the little laptops that y'all got now to the gig. When we went to the gig, we would have to load up hand cabinets. There were like 20 speakers at a time, and very heavy. We loaded them up and we went to the shows and we did the parties or whatever. So one time, luckily I didn't go because I might have not been here talking to y'all. Y'all know a gentleman named Luke Skywalker from the 305 from the bottom. This is when we got a little bit past elevated that the Miami base was coming out as a whole different show. So what happened was a group called Nice and Nasty DJs. Okay, Luke Skywalker called us up and said, "Man, I need y'all to go to National Guard Armory. I forgot where it was, and we need y'all to set up because we're gonna do a DJ battle on one Nice and Nasty DJs to be there." So Luke was running the whole show, so I didn't go on this one, but I was told what would happen. So my people pulled up over there, and there was some DJ group set up. So Luke said, "No, y'all got to move all the stuff out of here. This set up for Nice and Nasty." So them people didn't like all that. So this was already a problem. Plus, remember, we come from a Latin background, so we're the only kids, white Cuban inside the whole club. Everybody else is urban, right? So we in there doing our thing. So our breakers come out. We battle everybody in the club. 500 people. Ain't nobody. When you do up rock and you're doing like a little dance where you're trying to look like you fight, but they were trying to knock our head loose. But we so talented. We ain't touched nobody. We just kept it moving. Next thing you know, gunshots break out right behind the wall where my people would set up four gunshots out there. And cleared the whole club out, so we made it out there alive. So that was another story out there with my man Luke Skywalker. In case you don't know, Luke Skywalker got his name from the Star Wars, and then he got sued, and then he couldn't use Luke Skywalker. I still call the man Skywalker. Damn what George Lucas talk about. So let me know what's your favorite artist out there. I got Martha checking in, Veronica checking in, Tangela in the building doing big things. Anthony, what's going on? So y'all tune in. Let me tell y'all what happened over here in Key West. I got one more story for y'all. Okay, so what happened, when did you first fall in love with hip hop? It's like losing your virginity, exactly where you was at, exactly you remember like it's yesterday. That's when you know the real hip hop of what's happened. So what happened is, we let's go in the mid 80s. So we said, let's go ahead and do a party in Key West. They don't know nothing about no hip hop down there in Key West. Let's go over there and show them what it's about. So we brought the culture back to the Florida Keys in Key West. So we do a beach party. Back in the day, you just pull out speakers. You ain't pull no permit, none of that. It would just pull up to the beach. Let me tell you something. We pull up to the beach, Nice and Nasty DJ, G-Force Jammers, Bahama Village, straight out of Bahama Village. So we had all the little DJ crews going, right? It was the beach was so crowded that there was no sand. It looked like spring break. Guess what time we got off the beach? When the sun came down. That's how where the party was going. No fighting, no nonsense, all good, right? So then we have a party for that weekend at the teen center. There's a gentleman named Louie and he ran the teen center. So we went and paid our little money. We want to have a party. But my crew is wild. They don't understand we in Key West. They say we ain't in Miami no more. So this ain't made up. This is exactly how it happened. So a gentleman named Zeke One, he's a graffiti artist. Like you see on B Street, this man go out and do murals in the middle of the night, the whole 9 yards. Right? Man, that man pulled up into the teen center. I went to go somewhere. He started a whole mural inside the teen center. I said, my man, are you crazy? What's wrong with you, man? We can't just come up in here. I ain't talking about like he did a small little piece of wall. I'm talking about a whole entire wall. I said, man, we're gonna have a problem, man, when this man come in here and see that we done painted this whole building, man. What's wrong? We ain't on the streets no more. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all crazy? So sure enough, man, I thought I was terrified when Mr. Carbonell was gonna come in there. What he gonna say, right? So what happened was, Mr. Carbonell came in there. He looked over there. I thought we was gonna get cursed out. I don't know what was gonna happen. Boy, I tell you, God bless that man's heart. That man said, wow, this is fascinating. He loved the mural that my friend did, and that mural stayed up just like that. This is stuff that happened in hip hop or whatever. So can you imagine now you go into somebody's building that you rented and paint a whole mural I'm gonna talk about stuff that you could just, get some soap and water and scratch. I know this thing permanent with spray paint, the whole 9 yards over there. You got to paint a whole wall, man. That man left that thing up, and unfortunately they tore the building down here recently. But we definitely need some more stuff for kids to do around here. And I want to see if y'all know, if any of y'all know, can y'all tell me if y'all watching right now and you down with hip hop? What are the 5 elements of hip hop? That's what I want y'all to tell me. The 5 elements of hip hop. Okay? I'm gonna give y'all a minute because you got to really be in the game to know the 5 elements of hip hop. So, YouTube channel, make sure you turn notifications on. Like I said, I'm out here today with my man Kobe Bryant, and most importantly, the main thing out of the podcast today is Ja'Cory Sala GoFundMe. Clint McCoy, find that GoFundMe account and please donate. We're gonna have information on when we're gonna have the service and stuff. Everything is kind of upside down right now. Let's see what else we got going on. Let me see. Oh, shout out to my hip hop people, Spo Bars and Marathon. What's going on? Killer Spo Bars is the #1 artist certified by Louie C. the Mayor Entertainment of Florida Keys. I'm sorry, there's a lot of artists locally. If I had to go with my #1 to make it to the next level, I'm picking Spo Bars. Somebody got to be #1. Mike Smith checked in the other day. Just to tell you how real it is on the streets. I know one person personally that had COVID-19 and recovered. Mike Smith told me he 15 and 2 died. Okay, he said he ain't coming nowhere out of the house no time soon. So that's critical. That's a lot of people. So y'all go ahead and come in and let me know if y'all want to give a shout out. What's your favorite hip hop artist? So let me see. Did anybody say? Anybody come in here and say any of the elements of hip hop? Okay, so y'all gonna learn a little hip hop in your blood. Okay. Let me see. The 5 elements of hip hop. The 5 elements of hip hop are rapping is 1 element, DJing is 2, graffiti is 3, breakdancing is 4, and the art form of hip hop itself is 5. So those are the 5 elements of hip hop. So y'all learned a little something today about the hip hop. So that's basically what we got going on. Susan, I see you. Thank you for checking in. It's all love right now. We got to keep spirits up. And also, I want to let y'all know it's time to get back to business, okay? We haven't worked downtown since March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. So we got to get back out there and get the party going. So if y'all want to sponsor the Thursday Night Live Worldwide show in the podcast, y'all can DM me or DM Tangela Edwards, because we got to get back to business. What's the business plan to get some customers coming in? Because sooner or later, we're going to shut that roadblock down and we're going to let tourists in here. We already lack some restrictions, but we still shut down. Also, I got DJ Laz out there in Key Largo doing his thing. We got some big things planned for the Keys, and I'm ready to get the party started. I got girls asking me when they can make $500 for the sexy bull ride, and we're going to get back to that action. Most importantly, Fantasy Fest 2020. Go to Fantasy Fest Celebrity Parties and go ahead and go on that on Facebook and go ahead and like that page so you can know what's going on. We're going to give away some tickets for the Dirty Doctors, Naughty Nurses party this year. We're letting all doctors and nurses and all health professionals free with ID into the party if you're local. So that's basically what we got going on for today. In case you've never been on the podcast and this is your first time, Louie C. the Mayor on Facebook Live, 6:45 every day. And that's basically it. Tanya, did I miss anything or that's all gravy?
Yes, he answered you with the 5. I don't know what a message.
Anything on that screen over there you see?
Yes.
Before we get out? What do we got?
So you asked the 5 elements of
Hip hop. Yeah, what do we got? Somebody comment?
MCing, DJing, graffiti,
right,
breakdancing.
Yeah. And the art. Somebody said that? Who said that?
Anthony.
Anthony? Okay. Colazo?
Mm-hmm.
Really? So, man, that's a fan in my book.
And then he said, remember the movie Breaking?
Yeah, Breaking. Absolutely. Absolutely. With Turbo and Ozone. So that's good. Anybody else before we get out?
And CJ, Clint McCoy.
Clint McCoy. Okay, so Clint, do me a favor, Clint. If you're on right now, I need you to go ahead and post
It's
how
on his page. You go from it on his page.
Yes.
CJ.
So go ahead and post that on there. So like that note, you guys could go ahead and contribute to this. Man, this is a sad day. I feel bad that I couldn't have this kid under my wing longer because we was getting in a good space there. So it's just very unfortunate, man. This is why I tell y'all need to be humble and appreciate life, and y'all need to be nice to people because you never know. You see this guy right here. This guy woke up, was gonna go to a game, never came back out of there. He did so much stuff that caught people unexpectedly, and now you're in the middle of a pandemic, just like that. So it's just crazy. So you got to live like today is your last second. Don't worry about no minutes. Worry about seconds, because this is what it is, and you need to get your goals out there and try to figure out something that you happy with. Because a lot of people go to work and are disgusted with their job. Try to find something that you can do for yourself or whatever, so you can control your own destinies. Anybody else before we get out? Tandy, on the comments? No. We covered everybody there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very much.
We're going to be talking modeling Thursday with Lisa Monet, like I said, and Dr. B. COVID-19 testing. You can go ahead and get tested at Advanced Urgent Care. FloridaKeysInjury.com. Them boys got you covered. Thank y'all for the sponsorship. All love. Stock Island stand up. Bahama Village stand up. My people at Marathon, DJ Jack, I see you, DOS, New York City. So I'm going to go ahead. I got to go do some production for the Keys Media. If you want a shout out on the radio, go ahead and comment right now. I'm going to give you our shout out. Thursday, we own iHeartRadio Worldwide, and we got some big things coming. See what I got there? NBA, see?
DJ DOS is on too.
DOS, what's going on, killer? What did it say there? 28 out of 5,000?
Yep.
See that hat? 2,800 or 5,000. Any of y'all got a hat like this? Let me leave it on this. Some of y'all pretty boys, y'all want to go ahead and just wear hats that are pretty because you want to color coordinate. See, I'm color coordinated. I grew up on the Lakers. I'm a Heat fan. I still love the Lakers or whatever. So I don't wear no team that I don't endorse. If I don't rock with you, you could have the prettiest hat, my favorite color. No, I wear teams that I rock with. Who I rock with? I rock with the Marlins. I rock with the Heat. I rock with the Dolphins. The Dolphins in '72 were perfect. I rock with the Florida Panthers. That's who I be rocking with. So all love, Louie C. the Mayor. I'm going to get out of here so I can get my work done. Had a little migraine headache earlier, but we fought that off, and we're going to keep ticking, and we're going to keep rolling. Like that song go, rolling, I'm rolling on the river. Holla!